Mr. Speaker, yesterday the Rules Committee met last night and reported House Resolution 656, providing for consideration of H.R. 823, the Colorado Outdoor Recreation and Economy Act, H.R. 1373, the Grand Canyon Centennial Protection Act, and H.R. 2181, the Chaco Cultural Heritage Protection Act, each under a structured rule. The rule provides each bill with 1 hour of general debate, equally divided and controlled by the chair and the ranking member of the Committee on Natural Resources. The rule makes in order 13 amendments total, 10 Republican amendments and 3 Democratic amendments. The rule also provides each bill with a motion to recommit. Finally, the rule provides recess instructions from November 1st through November 11th. I rise today in support of the bills in this rule, H.R. 823, H.R. 1373, and H.R. 2181. These important bills recognize the need to protect unique and irreplaceable American landscapes, public lands that belong to all of us, not to the highest bidder, and not to any individual representative or party. President Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Of all the questions which can come before this nation, there is none which compares in importance with the great central task of leaving this land even better land for our descendants than it is for us." And that is what these 3 bills attempt to do. They represent the culmination of years of locally driven efforts. These bills protect some of our most iconic lands and resources. H.R. 823 is the result of collaborative efforts among a diverse set of local stakeholders with a shared interest in providing long-term protections for public lands in Colorado. The bill builds on earlier proposals to protect roughly 400,000 acres of public lands for the benefit of the people of Colorado and all Americans. H.R. 2181 would withdraw lands within a long-standing 10-mile buffer zone around the Chaco Cultural National Historical Park. This withdrawal would protect an ancestral site for the Puebloan and tribal communities. It would prevent damage to previously undiscovered cultural resources. Chaco Cultural National Historic Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, was the hub of trade and culture for thousands of ancestral Puebloans from 1850 to 1250 A.D. Lastly, H.R. 1373 would permanently prohibit new mining claims on approximately 1 million acres of public land surrounding Grand Canyon National Park, the crown jewel of our national park system, of course not counting Everglades National Park or Biscayne National Park in South Florida. In South Florida, we are all too familiar with what can happen if we fail to protect our most vulnerable and most unique lands and waters. Whether the Everglades, Big Cypress, and the Miami River, or the Grand Canyon Chaco Cultural National Historical Park, and public lands in Colorado, we have a deep obligation to conserve and restore these lands. And science tells us, as the climate crisis intensifies, these efforts have never been more urgent. Mr. Speaker, I proudly support these historic steps forward. Let us pass these bills. Mr. Speaker, I reserve the balance of my time.